Okay, so here we're going to start looking at the unit circle. There'll be a second video following this up. And in the first video we're going to be looking at just the values in the unit circle between 0 to pi by 2. Or in this case, pi by 2 is 90 degrees. Okay? So all we're going to be looking at in the unit circle is the first quadrant. Don't forget, 0, pi by 2 is 90, pi is 180, and 3 pi by 2 is 270, because 360 degrees is 2 pi radians. Okay? Now, the unit circle is a circle of radius 1. Okay? So that means that any distance from here to here is 1. Okay? So, first off, let's just start with the basic triangle here. Okay? This point here is the centre, so that is the centre here, and we know that this is length 1. Okay? Now, the unit circle is defined as obviously a circle radius 1 with an angle. We start on 0 and we go clockwise. Always remember that you go clockwise to start with. Okay? Clockwise is defined as being positive. Now, I'm going to call the angle theta. Okay? So in this case, that would be this little angle in here as being theta degrees. Okay? If the hypotenuse is 1, and you think about your ratios, that means that your x coordinate is cos theta, and the height will be sine theta. So any point on the unit circle, any point at all, any point is given by the coordinates x, y. You know, for any point on any kind of a graph at all, you have an x coordinate and a y coordinate. But in this case, for the unit circle, we're going to define it as cos theta, sine theta. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw this little bit slightly bigger. Okay, just the first quadrant. Here. Okay, so that's our first quadrant of the circle. We're defined from 0 up to pi by 2. Now, the points you need are as follows. The midpoints is pi by 4. Okay, you need pi by 3, which is here, and you need pi by 6. Okay, so this is pi by 3, and this is pi by 6. What that means is that if you go around, if you traverse the circle, that angle there is pi by 6. This angle here is pi by 4, and this angle here is pi by 3. Now there are lots of different ways to remember it, but the easiest way, I think, is to put them in. So that's this coordinate, okay? This is this coordinate, cos pi by 4, sine pi by 4, cos pi by 3, sine pi by 3. Now, if you put them in, okay, all we're actually going to do is we're going to have everything divided by 2. Everything is divided through by 2. Okay, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And finally, square root every value on the top. So square root 1, we don't need. Square root 2, square root 3, square root 2, square root 3. So I could use this if the question said, what is sine pi by 6? Okay, and I'd go to sine pi by 6, and it's 1 over 2, a half. Okay, I could do cos pi by 3, and again, cos pi by 3 is here. It's also 1 half. And that's a basic introduction to the first quarter of the unit circle.